Averee, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to make friends, community college edition, right? Making friends is not easy. It is not a quick process all the time, especially as you become an adult, and can be hard, introverted versus extroverted. How do you do it, right? So we're going to talk about a few tips about how to make friends. And hopefully the slide changes soon because this is a new presentation. All right, cool. So what is a friend? So if you've seen SpongeBob before, there's a famous song, F is for friends who do stuff together, U is for you and me. And it's for anytime, anywhere at all. So we're going to talk about community college. How do you make a friend? What is a friend? A person who knows you and whom one has a mutual bond and affection with. So that is what friends are all about, and I love SpongeBob. Hopefully you do too. So why do you need them? So there's a lot of research that's coming back that's saying they increase your sense of belonging, right? So they also increase your purpose. It can boost your happiness, can help reduce your stress, improve your self-confidence and your self-worth. Also help you cope in situations and encourage you. So friends have a lot of benefits to your life. But if you're like, okay, I don't have any friends, you just told me all the good things about them, this is what the presentation is all about, because around 50%, if not more, college students report saying they feel lonely in college. Like, it is a really hard transitional age. So you are not alone in the fact that you might feel lonely at times. And so I think that hopefully that can bring you some comfort that it's not easy. So now let's take a deep breath. Right? How? We know why we should, but how do we make these friendships? It is not always easy, but I'm gonna go over 5 tips. And just so you know, sometimes it's awkward too, and that's all right. But you're brave and you can do it. So I believe in you, and I think that we all can do this. So my first tip is listen and observe. So who do you want to be friends with? Friendship is not a one-way street, it's a two-way street, right? So I want you to observe. I want you to listen to classmates' responses in class. Check their demeanor. What are their study habits? What are their style? Is that someone that you'd want to be friends with? It's not about being judgmental, it's a two-way street. So are you interested in that? So here's some examples. Someone's walking down the hall and they're wearing a Naruto shirt, right? And you could compliment them, or I know we're on step 1. We're just looking and we're observing. That's okay. You can just take note. I like that show too. I'm gonna write that down. This might be someone I can hang out with. So don't get too crazy. You don't have to talk to them just yet. You're observing. Or you overhear someone talking about their family dog and you have a dog, or you want a dog one day. Take note, okay? Also, if a student answers in class and they're like, yeah, I'd like to also care about the environment a little bit more, and you're like, I've had that thought before too. I'm interested in the environment. Take note. This could be a potential friend. We're on step 1. All right, so now we're on step 2. Be open and ready for a conversation. So we're not using the intel that you just got in your observation just yet. Now we're making small goals. Can we make eye contact with someone? Can we just say hey as we pass them in the hallway? Very small things to just make you open and ready for communication. Not just stuck in your phone the whole time, but ready to make that eye contact, right? So you'll want to start these conversation starters. I'm going to give you some examples. What's your major? That's a pretty easy one, right? Did you get the homework done? That was a lot of homework. Do you normally study here or do you go home? I'm trying to figure out my routine. These are all conversation starters. There's also weather, compliments, entertainment, or current events to get the ball rolling and break the ice. Oh, I saw that a lot of people on TikTok are mad that Beyonce didn't win Album of the Year. Do you listen to Harry Styles or Beyonce? Those are current events, right? But you can also make sure that if someone's pursuing you as a potential friend, give more than one-word answers. Do you like music? Yes. That's going nowhere, right? Yeah, I like pop music. I've been listening to Taylor Swift lately. Whatever, use that. So, just so you know, embrace the awkward. It's not always gonna flow. It's not always gonna be easy. And that is okay. That's why we're on step 3. Right after a conversation starter, you might realize, well, shoot, I don't know where to go from here. They responded and now I'm just stuck. This is just conversation 1, so that's okay. Don't panic, right? So if the conversation fades, you can look off into the distance and think about what is the next thing I want to talk about. You can look at the floor. You can look at your phone. Look at your phone. If something pops up that you want to share with your new potential friend, share it with them. Bring them back into it. It's okay. We're still early and we are just laying the foundation. All right? So now, number 4, we're going to find those common interests. Here is where your intel comes in handy, right? You made notes about their shirt. You made notes about what they're interested in. So now we're going to ask some more follow-up questions. If you haven't used your intel already, like, this is the space, right? I saw some cute puppies for sale the other day. now because you know they like dogs. So you know that's gonna be an in, that's gonna get y'all talking, right? Didn't you wear that Neroda shirt one time? I love that show. What's your favorite episode? Do you like art? Mandy's Club is doing an art competition with t-shirts. Shameless plug right there. It's hard to find time to work out. Have you been to the gym? You're just gonna be probing for lots of different questions to find what these interests are. This can happen over a couple days, a couple weeks, so don't stress about that. So, number 5, which is the hardest, make the ask. Be brave. You can do it. I really think you can. So, do you want to study together sometime? Wait for the answer. Be persistent. If they seem interested, but they can't when you ask them to, keep asking. You know, do you want to run to Starbucks really quick? Let's get something. So like I said, it's nervous. You're putting yourself out there at this point, but do something that's pretty local. Do you want to play ping pong in the cafe? Another shameless plug. Do you want to go to the fitness center? Do you want to go to this cool record store in Delaware? There's all kinds of ways that you can save. Now that you've made those common interests, now you can make that ask. So do not give up. Here are the 5 steps one more time. I just want to encourage you, it's not always easy. Whether you're extroverted or introverted, it can be awkward, it can take time. So just be patient with yourself, give yourself grace, give other people grace if they aren't responding exactly the way that you'd want them to, but just keep being persistent. And these tips are really relevant. Obviously the topics are college related, but they're relevant for all kinds of places. So if school's not working out for you, check out your part-time job. If you are affiliated with a church, volunteer. So if you are volunteering with someone, that's a great way to make friends. You already have kind of a common interest. So make sure that you don't give up. You can reconnect with older friends too. So say you had some friends in high school, you're like, man, I don't know how they're doing, but they're local. Definitely, I want you to check that out because friends are very important. So remember, it's never too late to make friends. SpongeBob said, I really want to be your friend. I just have no idea how to start a conversation. If you're feeling that way, we're all feeling that way. Good luck.